You join me on passage to a small island in the Pacific called Niue. I was on the deck trying to get the staysail up, that's my second foresail, in quite bumpy conditions. It's something I don't particularly enjoy, being out of the cockpit in foul weather, but it's a job that had to be done. The heavy breathing sound that you could hear is because the camera is actually in my mouth. That was the only way I could hold on to it, really, because in conditions like this, you really do need to hold on. Have one hand for yourself, one hand for the boat. That's the rule. So it was a relief to get back in the cockpit. That's footage of a couple of hours out from Palmerston Atoll. And it's a rough and tumbly ride. And I'm a sexy guy. Go away, waves! Go away! Just in the back of the boat doing some maintenance, checking everything's okay, when I noticed a little blip on the AIS. And there you can see it clearly on the new system that Johanna fixed up for me. New Navcom computer. It's got the vessel there, and it's a good way to see exactly what's happening in relationship to one vessel and another. It's much clearer on that screen. If I go into his details, it says he's a Class B, which is really for yachts, not commercial, but he's 48 meters long, and he's a fishing boat. Somewhere over there he is. Do you know you're on the other side of the world when you see a ship and it's from China. China? I'm like, what's the Chinese ship doing here? Oh yeah, we're in the Pacific and China's over there somewhere. That's cool. That's just like, wow. And I sailed here. Yeah, I hope he stays over there. I was watching a movie last night. It was all about Chinese pirates at sea. So when I saw he was Chinese, I'm like, ah! I'm obviously watching too much TV. Yeah. Down below you can see we're clear of him and the distance is increasing, and for some reason Shadi's changed course. I haven't done that. Maybe she doesn't like that ship. So I don't want to know about you. Anyway, so I better get back up on deck, check it. But this system's great, especially when I'm close to shore and stuff, and able to see much clearer other traffic. While we're down here on the computer, just a quick overview. We're actually over here. Palmerston Island is about 300 miles that way, and another 200 miles is to an island called Niue, which I might bypass and carry on to Tonga, and the Tonga Islands run north and south just here, where we're going to make our next stop probably. And then New Zealand is 1,300 miles further south from there, and as you can see, there's lots of nothingness, well, apart from me and a Chinese ship over here. Just got 2 more AIS targets off my port bow. There I am on the top right hand side. Shadi again is just curling away. I didn't do that. But these guys, there's 2 of them, and their signals are right on top of each other. So I don't know what that's about. They're quite close. Come quite a long way in the last couple of legs on this journey and not seen anything at all. And now it seems I've strayed into the middle of a Chinese fishing fleet, which is, it's okay if they are actually that and they're going to pass me by. I always get a bit nervous, but I don't know why. But anyway, problem being at night, if there's more of these guys out here, at least they've got the AIS turned on. I'd give them that. I can see, even though it's Class B and not Class A, which it should be. Yes, at least it's turned on. But I can't work out there's 2. That must be that must be a mothership, and there must be another ship with it that also has an AIS, a smaller powerboat or something. Because there's 2 AIS signals right on top of each other over there. I can still only see one ship. I think what it is, he has a chase boat, a rib or something like that, that's actually on the back deck, because the signal shows it sitting 90 degrees to the course of that one. So I think it's sat on the back deck and somebody's left the AIS on. Yeah, Chinese fishing boat. I don't know what they're fishing for. Been having power issues over the last few days. and I just couldn't figure out what was going on.
I got stuff turned off, computer, that's in standby mode running on its own batteries, but still.
It's 12.2 right now. This morning when I got up it was 11.7 volts. There's not much wind outside, so Turby's not being able to make much electricity, but still had two beautiful sunny days. Beautiful sunny days. And it has been for 2 days. We've got the most delightful weather at the moment. Nearly flat seas, beautiful gentle breeze blowing us along merrily at about 3 and a bit knots. Not very fast, but we're getting there slowly. But the batteries aren't charging. Why? What's going on? Then I realized how stupid I was. After checking all the electrical connections, I noticed that the solar panels are in the shade. How can that possibly be on a sunny day? It's coming on towards evening and you can see quite clearly the sun's in front of us. We're sailing due west. So that means, of course, that the sun is directly behind the sails, which are wing on wing. The whole boat is in a shade. And that's why I haven't needed the sunshade for a couple of days. Everything behind the mast is in shadow. The cockpit and everything back over here, apart from that little slither of light, is in the shade. Well, the one good thing about that is it means that there's nothing wrong with the actual electronics. It's just a case of shade and the two big sails shading everything back here. Going to have to start the engine and get a bit of spark into the batteries. Apart from that, all good. Not much luck with the HF radio lately. Aerial's up there and I think it's all working correctly. Still not able to get hold of Iris. I could just about hear them, but not clearly enough to hear what they're saying. They're sending me weather forecasts, but I can't understand what they're saying. And I've got this problem with my radio. It keeps sort of distorting. I think it might be something to do with the low power issue. Or a couple of times when the boat's been wet, maybe an earth issue. I don't know. I'm new at this stuff, so I'm learning as I go along. But it's just frustrating. I don't know if they've stopped at Nui, which is in front of us. We're about 100 miles from there now, and I think I made the decision probably not to stop and continue on another 300 and something miles to Tonga. By not stopping at Nui, it'll give me more time in Tonga to sort myself out and give us a little time to do some exploring and a bit of filming. I heard it's beautiful there. So I'm looking forward to that. Onward we go. And in the meantime, the sun stays hidden behind the sails. As the evening draws in, I'm under power, trying to charge the batteries. Not enough wind, not enough sun on the panels means I'm short of volts. That means I can't get anything on the radio. It keeps cutting out every time I try to transmit. Noisy as hell down here, but we'll try it. Iris, 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 white shadow. So I don't know where they are. They might have moved on from from the island which is ahead of me, Nui. If they did, they'll be out of range. We're not getting much out of 300 miles. I mean, I've talked to them over 200 once. Iris, 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 white shadow. They're there, I can hear them. It's a good idea this, but it's very hit and miss. I think I'm going to get myself an Iridium Go, a satellite system. This is, when it works it's brilliant, but it never works. Okay, things we like and dislike while cruising. Playing guitar in the evening, hanging out with my mate Wilson, good. Beautiful sunset, good. Nasty squall, bad, bad, go away. Just a quick recap. That's good, that's bad. Good, bad. Don't look at me like that, and don't drink my beer. Seriously though, I hope that doesn't come down here. It's sort of upwind of me, but yeah, that's not nice. And a change of plan. We arrived at the island of Nui this morning. There's a brisk breeze coming offshore, which has given me problems getting ashore. Trying to keep on the inside of this headland here to get myself up there. But that's where the wind's coming from. Unfortunately, I took the mainsail down yesterday because I had wind behind me, directly behind, and I broached a couple of times. So I thought to take it down for safety, and I was fine with a Genoa ballooned out at the front. I was doing good. And then the guys, I got hold of the guys on the HF radio, and they were here. I thought they were 200 miles in front of me at least. But no, they came in nice and strong on the radio. They were here. They told me there's fish and chips on this island. So I've decided I need fish and chips, okay? Trying to get up to the island now. There's a couple of moorings that they have there. I'm hoping I can get one of them. But this wind is blowing right off the island. And I'm going to start the engine soon. I'm trying to get as close as I can. So I don't want to run the engine all the way up there 5 miles. Nearly there after a hard slog into wind. We're finally getting into the wind-free zone that I keep hearing so much about, which haven't experienced yet. The mooring field is up ahead of me. I've got to be careful of some fish farms around here, and I'm in a bit of pain. I just got some ropes off from under the bimini. I've been using them to block waves coming in underneath the bimini. And early in the week I'd seen a dead jellyfish. Nasty looking thing. I'd never seen I forget the colour now, purplish or something. Anyway, there must have been one in the ropes. I got stung. It brushed up against me as I was and went through my shorts or on my leg or something. At the top of my leg, up by my man bits. So I put some vinegar on myself. Vinegar's got acetic acid in, which kills the venom, protein-based venom. And of course that got on my man bits as well. So I'm stinging and I smell of vinegar. Well, I can't sort it out now. I've got all this to do. The guys are going to meet me. Hopefully help me with the mooring. Said it wasn't windy here. Then I had to sign into the country, and that involved going ashore, which in itself was an interesting experience. With no dinghy dock available, all the dinghies had to be winched out of the water. They actually tried to pull me out with me in it. I said, wait on, let me get out first. These guys are super cool. Immigration and customs made me feel so welcome. This is rush hour on the island of Nui. I'd never seen a no parking sign before that kept you away because there was a grave there. Hey, that's just one of the strange and wonderful things about this place. Happy hour, that sounded good. A cafe, and with an empty stomach on board, I decided it was worth investigating. I had no local money, but the owner was kind enough to give me credit, and I had myself some nice chicken and a cold beer, and this was the view. You know you're on the other side of the world when you just see a ship that's from China. Did I say Japan down below? China below. Japan! China. See a ship and it's from China. I'm gonna fall over. Do it one more time, brace yourself. There you go.
From there, just to give you a hands up or a head up even, where we are. I'll do that again. Oh, bollocks.
So everything after the mast is actually after the mast. Everything that's behind the mast is in the shade, which is great at my age. I don't need bright sunlight in my face. Oh, shut up, Harry. Oh,